what's up? I want to hit you with a bit of a late week Packers playbook here. No John Kuhn this week, unfortunately, so you're stuck with just me. Couldn't get schedules to work this week with either of us, so I thought I wanted to go through. John picked some plays to go through, and so I thought I would just go through them myself and try to give you all a little something. So we got 4 plays. We'll get to it. We got up at the top here, as we usually do. I don't know if you can see that well. We've got the quarter, the down and distance, the time remaining, personnel. So we've got 11 personnel here. This is going to be, about 9 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll watch the play, then we'll kind of walk through it a little bit. Got a bunch to the left there. Kraft alone on the right side. 2-back set there. Well, what plays out like a 2-back set, I guess, with Jaden Reed, and we'll get to that. Little end around by Reed. So this is something the Packers used to, they tried to run a lot with their pony package stuff, their 21 personnel. This was Dillon and Jones type of stuff, and they want to do this, and it didn't work, and they found something here with Jaden Reed. So what they're going to do, motion him around, and they're just going to run this little pin pull, which is what they do a lot. Pin down the edge, crack toss, whatever you want to call it, have him lead out. They're actually going to lead Josh Jacobs as well. They're going to leak him around, leak Jaden Reed around, give it to Reed. You got all this. Look, you got these guys sealing here. We got Elton Jenkins trying to seal in here as well. So you got all these guys trying to seal. These two guys out sealing here. You got pulling guard or pulling tackle, I guess that is. Lead blocker with Josh Jacobs. You get some misdirection here. Look, you got these guys. You got the linebackers running there, but right there we got kind of a block there. We got the Jacobs thing, that's almost like a finding your guy through the hole, right? Follow your lead blocker, except he's actually blocking as well. So you got Jacobs then blowing up a guy there. We'll see this from the back end. My personal favorite, and we'll see this from the back end, Rasheed Walker. Absolutely, just when a tackle can line up a cornerback on the edge and just lay into him, just don't miss. He doesn't miss. So good on him for that. We'll get to the next angle here, and again, we'll just see a little. Actually, he's gonna go around here, kind of orbit around. You got a block, pin down there. You got a pin down from the other side. You're pulling around there. So you got a couple pullers, and you got Reed kind of leaking out there. So here we go. Orbit motion. Got the pull right here. You got the block up there. Lead this around the edge. My favorite, we'll watch him right here. Rasheed Walker coming around the edge. Line him up, hit him. Nice gain of 8 on 1st and 10. Next up, third quarter, 11:26 remaining in the game at this point. We will get not exactly the same thing. This is actually going to be a pass. This is going to be one of the Tucker Kraft touchdown. The first Tucker Kraft touchdown, I should say. So nice little leak out by Kraft there. Wicks blocking down the field. And there we go. So how did we get here? Well, not exactly the same look, but this is going to be kind of something they've shown in the past. Again, you've got a back here. This is Josh Jacobs. You're going to orbit Reed around. You're not selling pin pull, but you are selling. Well, they are selling pin pull actually. Now that I say that, you're not leading with the back, so you do have Jacobs crossing the face, but you're pulling Elton Jenkins. All right. So we just saw before that they pulled the tackle. Sometimes they'll pull the guard. This time it looks like they're pulling the opposite guard. It looks like they're pulling him that way, and you're going to crack down with Kraft. Again, not the exact same formation here or anything, because you'd have 2 receivers on the other side cracking down, but they're going to pull. He's going to set. Now what that does, he's going to set, so that helps with protection on this side, over on that side there, right? But the other thing that does is when you pull, a lot of times these linebackers are reading keys. One of the keys you're reading, a lot of teams are doing this, so it's harder and harder for linebackers, is you're pulling that linebacker. A lot of these guys have been taught since they've been started playing. The guards, the pulling linemen, they will tell you where the play is going. It looks like the play is going that way, so these guys are going to go that way. You've got Kraft then is just going to kind of leak out. He's going to play against it. We'll see the confusion this causes. So we're going to have, and he's going to cross the face here, which then is going to take him back out. So again, we got this little pin pull looking thing. See, we got this pull out here, which really he's hitting the end. We got these two guys moving, and then as they move, just watch Tucker Kraft. Look, head down right there. It looks for all the world like he is going to come down, try to block one of these guys. Seal, probably him inside is what he's kind of coming off the line to look like. And then just release right through him. So now we've got everything's through. The play fake's done. This linebacker's backed off. This linebacker's down here on Josh Jacobs. You've got him taking vertical, he's gone. He's gone. Kraft has this nice big space because you fooled the linebackers. You fooled everyone. Everyone else has their other responsibilities. And there he goes. We'll watch it from the backside. Love actually waits a beat on this. I think he could pop this immediately, but he wants to make sure that he clears the linebackers there and make sure he gets into a nice open space. So we will watch the linebackers. We're going to pull. Looks like he's going to crack and just release. These are messy, messy lines. All right. So we have got, look at that. Block down, block down. He's going here. Tried to avoid the crack, right? Think he's going to come down. He's now fanning out. Just open space, man. And look at Love right here. He's ready to pop it. Now, we do have the linebacker there, so he kind of waits on him. This is a nice pocket right there. Nice big pocket for him. He doesn't have to rush. He doesn't have to throw this immediately. Wait for that dude to clear. Flat control to Jacobs. If he doesn't run to Jacobs, if he's back with Kraft, you throw it to Jacobs, who would have a lot of space there. He waits. Nice easy throw into wide open space. Tucker Kraft comes down and then give Dontavian Wicks his flowers there. Holds onto that block. Some of that I think is the DB just, hey, he's trying. Hey, he is trying. We'll give that to him. Wicks with a nice block here. Next play up, we will go. Third quarter, 8 minutes remaining. It's about 3.5 minutes after the last play we looked at. 1st and 10. They are in 11 personnel here. Another end around to Reed. Get to it a slightly different way. This is a gain of 11 on first down. Man, we love getting our first downs on first down. So what we're doing is something me and John talked about before on a previous one where you've got you're on blocking the edge, right? He's there, he's down, because what you're doing, they make it look different. Because it is different, right? And you don't have the 2-back set. This isn't shotgun. It's under center. We haven't seen a whole lot of Love under center since he came back from that injury. So it's not under center. It's not shotgun with a running back set back. It's under center, lone back, and it looks like he's running straight downhill. Looks like a handoff straight downhill. So you've got this man off the edge. Put him in blue here. Crashing down on the line to pick up Josh Jacobs through the middle. It looks like Tucker Kraft's coming over to crack him right there. So he's waiting for that. Instead, you're going to sneak him around. Kraft is just going to leak out. You unblock the edge because you don't need to block him. You fooled him. See that little dip around by Kraft? We'll see from the other angle. And then Kraft just gets out. You got Heath doing work on the edge here. Shout out to Heath. Not quite as many bodies over there on this. Got Heath over there. You got Kraft blocking, just getting in the way a little bit. First down, 11 yards on 1st and 10. And we will look at it from this angle as well. Again, we'll watch this guy. You're on blocking that edge. It looks like split zone, crack, run downhill. So he's looking to shoot, make a tackle in the backfield there. That's what he's got his mind on. Looks like a crack. Instead, run right around him. He's crashing all the way down. You now have the unblocked edge. You run right around there with Kraft as your blocker out in front. Beautiful play. Another way to get, they're just looking for ways to get the ball into their playmakers' hands, into Jaden Reed's hands. And they did a really nice job of this, really all season, but really good job of mixing and matching when they give him the runs, how they're kind of manufacturing these things for him. And then as we saw with the Kraft thing, playing these plays off of him as well. Last up, this is one I absolutely love. First up, we're going to can the call here. I don't know what the call was originally, but they put the hands of the ear. They had two calls, go to line with 2 calls. They can it to the second one. They didn't like the coverage, or they go up with different calls, different coverage, different defensive looks, different box looks, whatever, and then they can it. So he's canning it. They go to the second play call. This looks like it's something I've known as all go. It used to be called all-go running back seam. You don't run the running back with a seam too much anymore. This is something the Packers ran a lot in the early days of LaFleur. They dump it down to Josh Jacobs. Sorry as I was talking over that. But they ran this a lot in the early days of LaFleur. This was a, mid to late 2016 to 2020 was really the heyday of this concept. What it used to be is you'd usually run that out, and then you'd run the running back up the seam. And they would just, a lot of times that was vacated. You're not looking for that coverage there, and you're not looking for that guy coming out of the seam there. And so they just take it. Now, what happened is defenses started sitting back on that, as we see here. They kind of sit back in this bubble. So you're flooding the side, as now they're doing, I think, here, and then they do a seam with a tight end. they're going to have a whole bunch of bodies over the top. So you can't really throw this anymore. Every now and then you'll see them hit it, but it's rare anymore. 2019, 2020 Packers hit this quite a bit. They ran this multiple times every week. Not really doing it anymore. You can see it here. Look how this plays out. Bang, bang, bang. But you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got a safety up over the top. You have 4 guys there. What aren't you accounting for? Well, everyone's dropped back underneath here. You throw the screen. You got your guys leaking out here. You got a whole bunch of bodies in front right there. Now you got your blocks. Block, block. You got 3 bodies there for a convoy. You got Josh Jacobs catching the ball, outrunning, going down the field, getting 21 yards. The Packer screen game has not been the best over the past few years. We saw some signs of life this week, and I think last week as well a little bit, which is really nice to see. So again, we'll see it from this angle. He's looking, everything's deep. Get those guys, and look at this. Catch it. This is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Got block on the inside. Bodies, bodies, bodies. I think got just Jacobs going there. 21 yards. 2nd and 8 off a well-called, well-timed screen pass off something that used to be one of the Packers' key concepts. Doesn't work anymore. Something doesn't work anymore. That usually means because teams are playing a certain way against it. Opens void somewhere else. The Packers found that void. They're a nice screen pass. Pick up 21 yards. So again, I apologize. Just me this week. Hopefully me and John will be back next week. But I hope you enjoyed this I guess quick run through some of the plays that we saw this past week, and we will talk to you hopefully. John will be back, and we will both talk to you next week, hopefully talking about some plays in a Packers victory over the Cardinals. So we will see you next time. As always, go Packers.